combo though too, because obviously that's just
he's got to
podcaster.
He's got to stop. He's got to stop that. If you're gonna, first off, why do you have a podcast anyway? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I got nothing against Rich. I don't understand why you have a podcast, bro.
Well, his argument would be that players have podcasts.
You're not a
playing in
player.
Yeah.
I don't know any other agents who are sitting there on the mic talking. Plus, everything you say is going to be a representation of LeBron, even if he don't feel the way. Now you got LeBron having to come out and be like, "Hey, Rich Paul has his own opinion. I don't know. I don't affiliate with that. Just because he's saying they want to get off Reaves, that doesn't mean I want to get off Reaves." That shouldn't even have to be a conversation. It's weird, bro. Why do you have a podcast, Rich? You are an agent, meaning you're supposed to be in the background running all the other stuff. You coming out at the forefront and giving your opinions on the game and like saying this stuff, it doesn't work. Are there any other sports agents that have big podcasts right now?
No.
In the NBA? Zero.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And you know why people know you, Rich. Listen, I got nothing but respect for Rich. You've worked your ass off and done a good job building your own network, your own business. You've done great. You and Maverick have done a fantastic job. It's one of the stories of all time when we talk about an athlete putting on his friends and his friends doing a great job to give it back to the guy that helped them, build a brand around them. They've done a great job. Rich Paul's a legend for that. That's your lane. And you've done that and you've earned that. He's obviously, I think he's engaged or dating Adele, one of the two. Everything's flowing for you, bro. You got everything. You're cool. You shouldn't have a podcast about basketball. Shouldn't happen. It's a conflict of interest for one. Just because your main client, the client that built this with you, plays for the Lakers. So you talking about Lakers roster and who they need to trade as an agent is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's why I don't mind.
For years, LeBron James has been praised as the ultimate teammate, the leader, the organizer, the basketball savant who elevates everyone around him. But every once in a while, usually at moments of transition, the cracks show. And this moment, right now, with Austin Reaves suddenly dangled in public trade talk by LeBron's closest ally, feels like one of those cracks widening into something much bigger. Because no matter how quickly LeBron rushed to distance himself from Rich Paul's comments, no matter how calm his post-game explanations sounded, the optics tell a different story, and the optics are brutal.
I was just lifting weights and I finally said, you know what? I just can't let this slide. I gotta say this. Don't let LeBron James get away with this one. Not this one. This was classic snaky, fakey LeBron James. And this all started when his longtime agent and business partner Rich Paul on his new podcast suddenly said the Lakers should trade Austin Reaves for Jaren Jackson Jr. What? Obviously, LeBron knew he was going to get asked about it, and when he was asked about it, he said, don't look at me. Rich is his own man. He speaks only for himself. His opinions are his, mine are mine. That is yet another passive-aggressive lie from LeBron James.
Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Austin Reaves is in LeBron James's way, not as a player who can't help the team, but as a reminder of where the power is shifting and where LeBron no longer wants it to go. Reaves has become too important, too expensive, and too symbolically tied to the post-LeBron Lakers future. And history tells us that when LeBron senses a loss of control, whether real or perceived, he doesn't wait for it to happen. He acts.
Cut the shit. You're fucking up the business. Now you got Austin Reaves looking over there like, hey man, what we doing? Jaren Jackson Jr.? What we doing? Jaren Jackson Jr. for real? You sat up there with Max Kellerman and he said, yeah, I would do that too, Jaren Jackson Jr., yeah. What? Cocaine is a hell of a drug, man. It's a hell of a drug. Different out here. This is what happens when you give a motherfucker power, he don't know what to do with it. Saying random shit. Everybody got a podcast now.
Rich Paul didn't accidentally float Austin Reaves' name. This wasn't a slip of the tongue or harmless podcast speculation. This was calculated. When the agent who has represented LeBron James for 2 decades, the man who helped shape every major career decision LeBron has made, goes on record suggesting that the Lakers should trade their most beloved role player, the message isn't subtle, it's strategic. And the idea that LeBron had no idea this was coming stretches credibility to the breaking point, because this is how LeBron has always operated. Not directly, not loudly, but through influence, through proximity, through trusted voices saying what he can't say publicly. Austin Reaves' crime isn't poor performance or lack of effort. It's that he has become too good at the wrong time. Reaves is heading toward a massive payday. He's beloved by the fan base. He has chemistry with Luka Dončić. And most importantly, he represents continuity after LeBron, something the franchise has rarely had during LeBron's tenure. That's where the tension lives. LeBron James has never thrived in situations where the future is planned without him at the center. Even now, at 41 years old, even with Luka Dončić clearly positioned as the next face of the Lakers, LeBron still wants leverage. He still wants control. He still wants the roster built in a way that maximizes his relevance in the present, not the franchise's comfort in the future. Trading Austin Reaves does exactly that. If Reaves stays, the Lakers are forced to make choices. Pay him, build around Luka, accept that LeBron is no longer the gravitational center of the organization. But if Reaves goes, the conversation changes overnight. The cap sheet loosens, flexibility returns. The roster can be reshaped in ways that better serve LeBron's immediate needs: defense, rim protection, star power that doesn't overlap his role. And notice who was suggested as the return: Jaren Jackson Jr., a defensive anchor, a player who doesn't take the ball out of LeBron's hands, a player who cleans up mistakes and covers weaknesses while allowing LeBron to conserve energy. This isn't random roster theory. This is a LeBron roster archetype. We've seen this movie before. In Cleveland, young players were moved for veterans the moment LeBron felt the timeline slipping. In Miami, depth was sacrificed for stars who could extend championship windows. In Los Angeles, entire cores were flipped overnight when they no longer aligned with LeBron's priorities. The names change, but the pattern doesn't. When LeBron is competing for legacy, sentimentality disappears. Make no mistake, legacy is driving everything right now. LeBron is staring down the end of his career in real time. Every season that passes without a title threatens the narrative he has spent 20 years constructing. And now, for the first time, the Lakers aren't desperate to please him. They have Luka. They have a future that exists independently of LeBron's timeline. That's new. And for someone who has always dictated the terms, that loss of centrality is dangerous. That's why Rich Paul's comments landed like a grenade. Because while LeBron publicly said Rich Paul doesn't speak for him, the damage wasn't about literal attribution. It was about alignment. Rich Paul doesn't freelance when it comes to LeBron James. He never has. He didn't build clutch by acting against LeBron's interests. So when he suggests trading Austin Reaves for balance, what he's really saying is that Reaves is expendable for LeBron's version of balance. That's where the selfishness creeps in. Austin Reaves has done everything right. He's outperformed his contract. He's played his role. He's defended stars. He's hit clutch shots. He's taken less money before. And now, just as he's about to be rewarded, just as he's become a pillar of the Lakers' future, he's being publicly discussed as trade bait by the inner circle of the franchise's aging superstar. LeBron can say he talks to Reaves every day. He can say there's no fallout, but actions matter more than reassurances. The reality is simple. If LeBron truly wanted Reaves untouchable, this conversation would never have happened publicly. Full stop. Teams don't leak trade ideas involving players they are fully committed to. They leak them to test reactions, shift leverage, or soften the ground. And the reaction was immediate. Fans recoiled. Media dissected. Reaves' own agent confronted Rich Paul mid-game. Even Jaren Jackson Jr. reportedly thought the whole thing might be fake. That's how unnatural this moment felt. Agents don't do this unless there's a reason. So what's the reason? LeBron James doesn't want to be the second act in his own career story. He doesn't want to mentor Luka into a future where LeBron becomes ceremonial. He wants to compete now, on his terms, with a roster shaped around his remaining strengths. And if that means sacrificing a fan favorite who no longer fits his timeline, history suggests he will choose himself every time. This isn't villainy, it's survival. But let's stop pretending it's altruism. LeBron James is not pushing for moves that benefit Austin Reaves. He's pushing for moves that benefit LeBron James. Reaves getting paid somewhere else is a convenient byproduct, not the objective. The objective is extending LeBron's championship window in Los Angeles, even if it comes at the expense of the very player who helped keep this era stable. And that's the uncomfortable truth Lakers fans are being forced to confront. This isn't about a podcast. This isn't about a hypothetical trade. This is about power, control, and the fear of becoming optional. LeBron James sees the writing on the wall. The Lakers are Luka's team now. And instead of embracing that transition quietly, the ground is starting to shake. Austin Reaves didn't create this tension, but he's standing directly in its path. And if history is any guide, that usually means one thing. Someone is about to get moved, and it won't be the king.